What's up, guys? How we doing? We got a new job to do today. Be here for at least this whole week. Definitely into next week. It's probably gonna be almost 2 weeks worth of work. It's kind of a big job. There's a lot to do. I'm probably gonna split this up into a couple videos because it's gonna be just a lot going on. But what we're starting with today, or I have already started with, is we got this trench starting. So basically, the overview is going to be a lot of irrigation here. It's a boys and girls club. They have some of it irrigated. They want all of it irrigated. So we are going through and getting all of that in. There's a lot. There's probably almost around 4,000 feet of pipe that's going in. It's going to be kind of crazy. So basically, we have over where the guys are now, where Tom and Eddie are digging, there's a 2-inch main line that comes over there. And basically what we're doing is we're going to be tying into that line, trenching all through this roadway that we got, through this roadway up behind me, across, all the way over to there, and then behind that building, and then on the other side of the main building here, there's another little pergola. And we basically have to put a box over there. There's gonna be a couple other ones. Like there'll be one that goes just behind us here. That's gonna be kind of easy, but we got to get this 2-inch main all the way over there. So that's kind of the first thing before we can do anything, is getting this thing trenched over so we know where we can start running stuff from there. So tomorrow we'll be pipe pulling and starting to drop some heads in a couple zones, but we got this trench to dig, so let's go. Well guys, as you can see, we got everything over there done, all the way up and around here. So basically got to work down this fence, and then kind of like this pavilion, and on the other side of this shed pavilion. So still a fair bit to mark out, but alrighty, so Alrighty guys, we're done day one. We got a good bit done today. Obviously this morning you guys saw us dig this. I think I finished somewhere up basically at the top of those steps. But so far I got the trench dug over to basically where the trucks are now. But in this trench we got our T on the main line. We got pipe going all the way to the top of the corner. The corner tomorrow we'll have to soften it a little bit, kind of round it out some, because this is solid 2-inch PVC, so it can't quite make the corner that we have. But we're gonna have a trench that's gonna go over to this building here, because we're gonna have a clock there. That's like their little like amphitheater. So doing good so far. We got everything basically marked out, so you can see corner cut's a little hard here, so we'll take the excavator and kind of cut that back. But got the trench all the way down to there, and then we have this here, which is going to be where the line comes in. There we'll put a box with the valve here, and then basically that patch of grass and this patch of grass will all be one zone, and then basically everything over here and over there up and around the seating area will be another zone. They have an insane water pressure here, so yeah, I mean, we got everything. All these red flags were all existing. So you have these couple areas, this whole area, and then the back side of the building, and then the whole baseball field was all existing. And then we went through and marked everything else basically. So any purple, red, or purple, green, or blue flags are new stuff that we're going to be putting in. We got this trench open because there's going to be another box here too. Or sorry, not a box, but the pipe's going to come in here. So we're going to bring the main line into there, and then bring an 1.5-inch line here through this with the main line, and bring the 1.5 inches into here to run this area at the same time as that one, and then the main line is going to continue around over there and down the path over there. But yeah, turn this off. They have an event tonight, so they have a huge parking lot in this half, but we don't want anybody coming over here, so we blocked a couple areas off, and we'll be back in the morning. So curious to see how many days we're going to be here, because I mean, we didn't get a ton done today, but we got kind of some of the more random laborious parts, like laying out. I mean, that took us an hour just to go through and mark everything and flag everything. So we probably have another day with the excavator running trenches everywhere, and then a few days pipe pulling, and then a couple days after that cleaning up. So yeah, this will probably be 2 parts, but this is the end of day 1. So we'll see you back tomorrow for day 2. Peace out. Good morning, guys. We are back here for day 2. We have 3 of them over there, continuing to glue pipe. I went there first thing this morning, and I trimmed that corner back quite a bit so we could make that curve. We backfilled the trench somewhere between 6 to 12 inches, just because some spots were fairly low, and to get into where the valves and stuff are going, we wanted to be pretty much even with where the valve is, because with it being PVC, obviously it doesn't really bend. And we want the valves to be as flat as possible. But they are running right along with pipe. Basically, they can get to roughly, obviously, where I am now. But I'm gonna keep trenching. Basically, I have to work my way from here, nice, as soft of a curve as I could get around and kind of over to that path, because that's where it's going to keep going to get to the other boxes. So I'm just kind of working on that, and just keep going. So alrighty guys, we got one section of pipe pulled so far. One area, I should say. We got this section here. So basically what we're gonna do is this. We pulled all the way down from one end to the other. Down there we pulled all the way from one end to the other. And then what we did was we ran one pipe down and we'll tee together over there. This is where the valve will go. So we'll have the main line. You got the 2-inch main line. We're going to reduce to 1.5 to come in to the valve. The valve is going to be a 1-inch valve that will feed, basically there's going to be 8 heads in here. So there's 2 in each corner, or 1 in each corner, and then there's 4 in the middle. So these are all going to be MP rotors. So we're going to get this section done, heads all in, connections done, everything like that, so that we can get the valve in and everything at the end. And then we can get the main line hooked up. After that, we're going to continue the main to there and put another valve in that section. And then we're going to put ball valve after that so that we can pressurize all this, get both of these zones good, make sure that they're all ready, get everything adjusted and whatever, and then we can kind of move on and bring everything with us. So we're getting heads in this zone now. So I kind of got a bunch of stuff out, but we're gonna get heads in. We're gonna leave them open for now so that we can make any adjustments to the direction or to the spread, and then we'll move on to the other side of the walkway. So let's keep going. Well guys, we have water. So I got the main line all done up to the point I was showing you guys earlier. We got it pressurized. We got that zone working. So we finished the main line. We got the ball valve on. We got the valve for the other zone in, and I fixed this. These were the existing valves. So when we were excavating this, one of them broke, so got that replaced, got all the connections back together and everything, so that we could turn it on. Excuse me. Then we broke for lunch, and kind of just let the glue set and everything on these connections that we did, and just turned the water on. These things got pressure. We were kind of worried that this stuff wouldn't have the pressure that we needed, but I mean the top heads are shooting all the way down to this bottom walkway, so definitely no worry about that. So I mean, like this head here shoots all the way out here, where it's not adjusted, but yeah. There we are. So next we're going to do this area. So we got this set in the valve. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to pull from there across to there. So we got a head in that corner, a head there, and a head in that corner, and then there, down in the middle, and then over there. So we'll have 6 over here. And what we might do is tie this zone in with that zone with the same wire so they turn on at the same time, because clearly there's enough water. So I mean, these things run, so yeah, keep going. Alright guys, so you just saw us pull that whole section. Tom and Eddie are over there getting heads popped in and everything. I am starting to backfill this trench, but we just realized one of our fittings is weeping. So before we continue, we obviously got to fix that. But yeah, basically I get this filled in, and then where that wire is, we're gonna trench down the road over to there. So that's kind of the process we're leading up to, but we got to fix this fitting first. So let's see what we got to do. Alrighty guys, we are done with day 2. So we got this valve done and fixed and everything. We got this part of the trench backfilled. We're gonna clean it up with the skid steer later on. I'm trying to get you guys to charge. We're gonna get it back, or we're gonna get it cleaned up with the skid steer. We're gonna bring the Harley rake in. We just got it backfilled up to here for now. We got to put a box in there, so we got a T in here, put a box in, and then we can backfill the rest of this. But then we got this whole area roughed in, graded back. This whole zone is done. So we got 8 heads in this zone. We got 6 heads in the other zone, all on one. They're gonna be on one setting. There's 2 different valves, but they'll be together. So we got 14 in total. Still got a ton of pressure. But we got that part of the trench still open, so that will continue over to the other side. but there's a ball valve in there, so we got this all pressurized without worrying that will stay in the ground. We'll get it marked on the plans. But yeah, I mean, all this is done. We got everything adjusted and whatnot. So tomorrow we're gonna start over there, get around that whole building done, get the clock in, set up, blah blah blah, and then we can fill the rest of these trenches in and whatnot and keep moving that way. So that's it for day 2. See you tomorrow for day 3. Good morning, guys. We are back here for day 3. We've already done a little bit of work today, just because there's another contractor we're doing this for has a job that he kind of needed to get past where we were. But we got this trench dug with this valve in, and we've gotten this whole area pipe pulled. So all the way up and around, we got here, down there. So we're starting to dig for heads and everything, get connections done, blah blah blah. So we got a bit of work done, a bit more work to do, and then we'll be done with this side, which will be nice. But let's get to it. So alrighty guys, update. We are just about done here. I'm waiting for one of the torches so I can make my last connection, or second to last I guess. So I gotta connect this 1.5 inch to the valve, and then just get this teed into the line that runs this way. Everything else is basically in. Tom's got one left that he's doing. But other than that, this area is almost done. So I'll get this other thing dug out. Once Tom's done, I can take the torch, make these 2 connections, and then we can be good over here and move on to the other side. So yeah, that's it for now. Good news, guys, we're done this section. So turned it on, adjusted all the heads, everything works, no leaks, nothing. All I gotta do is backfill these couple spots and we'll be done. So they are starting all the way over there. Probably can't see them, but I'm gonna backfill this with the machine, and then I'm gonna keep digging the trench that I was digging yesterday, and they are going to start pulling pipe and kind of adjusting the plan, because the heads that we have will probably reach further than is kind of designed in the plan. So there's a strip that is, I don't know, maybe 20 feet wide, that they have heads on both sides of, but we have so much pressure that we could probably just do one side and get all the coverage. So they're going to kind of figure that out while I finish this and get that trench going. But yeah, we got technically 2 zones, but 3 zones done and set. We should be able to get this other one done today, which would be nice, because then as long as I can get that trench done, we should be able to basically get this 4th section done. So that would be sweet. That would put us ahead at a pretty good spot for tomorrow. And then tomorrow we get a couple done. Those ones will be a little bit more intricate because they're around handrails and in a lot of smaller areas, but we could probably again eliminate a bunch of heads that they have because they're kind of overkill. But yeah, let's get filling. So you guys could probably see me freak out a little bit at the end and us staring down at the thing over here. Looks like there's a bee's nest in this beam. So it's just a piece of, it's just a 2x6 on basically on both sides with a couple pieces of blocking. And there's definitely a nest in there. As I came by, obviously the ground vibrated the beams and everything, the posts, and sent them kind of scattering. So Tom's looking for bee spray right now. We don't really need to spray him, but if we have it, we will. But I tried to curve this to make it a little easier, but the ground is too soft, so I just went straight down. We'll make a T, and then I came straight down. Oh, excuse me. And then where the machine is now, we'll come straight down. Straight down to here, and then we'll put an elbow in here and go straight across to that corner. And that will be half of this zone done, the easy half, because the other half is this whole strip, which is like 25 heads in there. So that'll be easy to pull, but it'll be a lot of heads to put in. But I think we can have all this in, this whole zone buttoned in and everything by today, as long as we have all the parts and fittings. So Tom and I will get this other strip pulled, and then that strip pulled, and then we'll move to the other side. But let's get this one done first. All right, guys, good progress. So we got this whole zone basically done. So everything from here to there, that way, is all finished. Everything's tied together, everything's adjusted. We're all set. Tomorrow, we're gonna tie this in and run, get all our heads in here. So we're gonna kind of do this in two parts. So first, we're gonna put all our heads here, see how far they shoot, and then try and get it so that we don't have to run everything down this side. So we're gonna basically fill in kind of what we need for heads on this other side. So all that will have heads, and then this side will just be as needed, which I think will work out better, give us a little bit better pressure and everything. So we're just kind of picking it up now, but yeah, from the valve all the way over there is a few heads, and then everything over here and down and on the front, all that's done and dusted. So still got plenty to do tomorrow. We'll have another guy here tomorrow helping us, which will be nice. But yeah, until then, peace out. What's up, guys? We're back for day number 4. So just got here probably about 20 minutes ago, greased all the machines, excavator, the mini skid. We got the skid steer over there to clean up the road and everything, got that greased. And then these guys got all these heads put in already. So they're backfilling them now. We're gonna get the system pressurized in a minute and see how far they shoot, and if whatever we need to add heads in for this side, we will. We won't need all of what they have, but we'll need some. But yeah, we'll get this trench filled in today. We got the Harley rake on the skid steer so we can get the whole parking lot and roadway cleaned up. So be a good day. We're gonna get a lot done today. We got an extra guy with us, so 5 of us can really bust through it and get a couple zones done, which will be nice. So let's get to it. All right, guys, so I got the trench dug up, not quite all the way where we're going, but close. Right now I'm going to dig out a spot for a valve for this section, this zone to go to, and then I'm going to continue the trench up behind, and obviously I'll show you where that's going to go. But I basically dug the whole trench to here, and then me and Travis figured out exactly where we want to kind of get to today, because tomorrow we can't be here, tomorrow being Friday, so we need to get to a certain point where we can kind of button this place up to like 99%, because there is some sort of an event happening today or tonight at 6, and then all day tomorrow. So we figured out where we wanted our next couple valves to be, what we're gonna get done today before kind of moving on, and everything. So I'm just getting this valve cleaned up, or the spot cleaned up. They're finishing up the zone that you guys saw earlier. We needed a couple extra heads along the playground and basketball court, so they're adding, I think, like 6. And then they're going to start pulling this area and dropping heads in. So just want to get a spot cleaned up for the valve. Because basically, you can see where they're finishing up, and then the front side of this playground and all the way over to the right here, around the shed, around that volleyball court. That's all going to be one zone. So this is where that valve will be. And then swinging around this pavilion, there's going to be two zones around here. So one goes to the pool shed that's over here, and then on the back side of this whole pavilion. And then there's going to be another small one that goes just along the front here. So I got a trench. I'm just going to trench across this road for those two. And that's basically where the trenching will stop today. And we'll continue it, obviously, when we come back. But we wanted to get this done because then we can get our main line all the way up here and our wire run back, because at the end of these handrails on the left side right there, we're going to run our wire back down the trench and over to that brick building. That's the bathroom, and that's where the clock is going to go for this whole area. And so we need our trench done this way in order to get that done so we can backfill it. So we'll get our main line run up here, get these couple valves in and everything, and then we can get it all backfilled once the wire is in, because we're going to put the valve right on the end of the line so we can pressurize it and everything and be good and not have to worry about it. And then most likely around all these pavilions is two more zones, and probably we'll trench down the road here and put them kind of at the end over here. And then run our wire around the backside to the bathroom again and tie in. But that will be Monday's project most likely. I don't foresee us getting to all of that today. So we might get the pipe pulled around that area, but I don't think we're going to be in a position to get it all trenched today. So. But today is going good so far. We've already gotten obviously a good bit done. We're going to be able to start pulling pipe soon, which will be good. We should have a couple zones done today. So it'll be good. This will probably be, today will probably be the last section of this first part. I'm going to split this job into two parts because we'll be back for a few days next week. So that will be the finale. So we'll basically do 1 week in one video, second week in a second video. right, guys, there we go. So we'll have a valve for that, and then for the backside and all the way over and whatever. Trench is open. So once we get past this valve and up here, we'll kind of figure out if we're going to dig down a little bit to put a valve in. But basically this section down and around this area and around that building and that building are on 2 separate zones. So most likely what we'll do is trench down the road and just put our valves right here and pull over there and go around that one, and then do our second one, basically the front of this, around and just in front of these handrails. And then the back side of this pavilion also is going to be these here and around this flagpole and just this section. And then that's all a separate area, obviously, which we'll be doing. That'll be Monday. We'll be there. So we got Tom and Sean putting in the pipe, getting that all glued and everything. Eddie is going over with the mini skid and getting our marks from pulling kind of compacted. So let's get to it. Okay, guys, there we go. We are done with day 4. Oh, that's dirty. We're done with day 4. We got a good bit of work done. We had a couple mishaps, but nothing we couldn't overcome. So this whole area all the way up and down there is all done. You can see the trench is filled in, back filled, compacted. All the heads are adjusted and dealt with. We got an opening there for the valve, and then the teat's going to go down the road. Obviously coned off caution tape. They got an event tonight, like I said earlier, so that is clean, or as much as possible. Another little opening here that's coned off. That is going to be the continuation of a valve as well. But The road is trenches backfilled, compacted, raked. We got the parking lot fixed, Harley raked, everything. Since we can't be here tomorrow, we're taking the excavator to go do a different job. But you can see all Harley raked and everything. So Travis and a couple of guys are going to go do one job. I'm going to come back up here in the morning and get the skid steer and go do some brush mowing. And then Monday we'll be back here with the excavator. I don't think we'll need the skid steer. But we basically just have one trench down the road over there, and then on the other side of the hall we might have another little trench, but nothing crazy. But yeah, got a good bit done in these first 4 days. We'll probably be here through next Wednesday, which is fine because Thursday they have an event, but we should be done by then and wrapped up. We still basically have to go through the whole, more or less the whole place, to aerate and overseed, because as you guys can see, it's basically just weeds. So you have that spot that's irrigated over there, the baseball fields. Those spots are all pretty decent with grass and everything, but they want it all aerated, overseeded, and then they should probably get fertilized. But yeah, good bit done. So I'll see you in part 2, which will be next week in the finale. And hope you guys have a good weekend. I'll have a good weekend, hopefully. But hey, like, subscribe, and keep watching. Thank you guys.